The middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
The option, here's Henry.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Henry out of the pistol. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
This defense for the Packers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And I'm eager to see the game plan to try to attack them this week, because when you take away 4 times 2 receptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. So likely a 3-and-out on their opening drive. That's not a good omen for a team that's lost 3 straight games.
Too many threes that you're mentioning right there. That's a number they've got to get off of. And the big risk you're running right now is discouragement amongst the ranks. How do you keep them up? How do you keep them motivated? They've got to dial up something to give themselves some confidence.
Here's more on the return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Off of play action, it's Watson rolling to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Here's Chubb on the read option. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Watson. Touchdown, Packers.
We'll Rashad Bateman.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
All right, rifles one. That's going to be intercepted.
Anthony Averett picks it. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
The discipline that they showed on defense, because after the offense started to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now it's Watson, a bootleg. He's got Jordan complete right side. And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Packers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. First drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he's going to be brought
That's
down.
crazy, you got all them yards off of that. That's crazy.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know it's not easily done because they throw it in this direction now. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Scotty Miller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Hey, man, that's powerful.
The guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball, I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson on the screen. This is Edmonds. And he went backwards, back to the 33. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 32.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
You got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Watson off play action.
Yo, what the? Come on, yo.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Oh, no.
Now on 4th down, Otis, the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tackle and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to the back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker, or maybe a defensive end dropping out in his own blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season. Obviously, for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brad, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week, because we know the division tells the wild card spots up for grabs. So those teams, no doubt they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock is going off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. 2 are going to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to John Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he will have the Vikings first down. He needed 5. He got it barely as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. On first down, Tagovailoa. And brought in by the tight end Cook. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. He completes it to Henry. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, let's get the man. That's Miller. And he'll be out of bounds.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. 2 are going to run the sneak. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exalt to join them in the effort.
2 and now, 3rd and goal. Touchdown.
How the hell?
That's caught. Jared Cook scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this. Watson's throw complete there to Moore. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And good quarterbacks know that when things start to break down and they're forced to flee the pocket, they can often count on their running backs to try and bail them out. That happened on that play. Nice gain.
Now a first down throw, Watson.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. From the 38, Watson
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
and he gets it down to the 32. So that one will be accepted. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the red zone now, Watson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. And his kick is indeed good. So we've come on halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
These two teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Guy.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson.
That's out to the flat for Edmonds.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From just shy of midfield, Watson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
coming right. This is Chubb on the toss. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Gotta get there, buddy.
Perry there on the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the
Got
first
to get
half.
there,
And
buddy.
that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Just fucking blitz.
Zadarius Smith, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw. Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCoy. Vikings are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Could you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. That's on Kelechi Osemele, the guard. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And I caught a quick glimpse of him before the ball was snapped, and there was something about his body language where you could tell early in this play he wasn't just thinking first down. He was thinking end zone, and he got there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
hold the block.
that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 9.
Now it's Watson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
3rd and 2, Watson.
He'll swing that out to Edmonds.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And it's a Packers touchdown. Chase Edmonds with touchdown number 7 on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So a victory here in Lambeau would give them a sweep of the season series.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And they bury him for a loss of 11.
Extra mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. It's complete to Cook. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Tua. A throw for Golladay is going to be intercepted. Anthony Everett picks it.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Here's Chubb on the read option.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Watson's throw complete there to Bateman.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you've got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Watson's throw here into the hands of Moore. 7 yards, the pickup there. Three yards remain for 2nd down.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st and 10, Watson.
Wrong button, wrong button, wrong button, wrong button, wrong button, wrong button.
He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Christ, wrong button.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Watson on first down. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Watson now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time, Watson on 4th down. He's going to look deep for more. He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. And a really unbelievable
I ain't never seen that before. That's fucked up,
So on 4th down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, Watson on the screen. This is Edmonds. That catch good for only a couple.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Now Watson sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Here's Watson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. He's got the first down inside the 10.
That's tough. That's tough, baby.
Inside the 10 to the 7.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. Jedrick Wills, former 1st-round pick, guilty there. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. To throw, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Put down by Christian Fulton.
So another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in the second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Second down, here's Chubb again. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And he'll lose yardage here.
Make the pitch.
47. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
See if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This to potentially send us to overtime. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Pressure kick, and I thought he was going to hit it. I thought we were destined for overtime, but not the case.
Not at all. And they were already planning for the overtime you just mentioned, already saying, okay, what are we going to do if we get the ball? What happens on defense? Instead of that celebration, a little bit of euphoria, it turned into that mindset.
So that's all over. Green Bay victory. I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1